What we're really seeing over the last month is that Joe Biden has been closing that gap. And if you're Joe Biden, the thing that is really going to make you a little bit more optimistic is that Trump's numbers really have not moved since the 4 years ago, and those numbers still remain under 50%. The truth is that it looks like there is sort of a non-MAGA majority in this country.
There are trend lines, as we talk about a lot on this show, and right now Biden seems to have some momentum.
Great poll numbers for Joe Biden, including one featuring a 10-point lead. But first, this. Yes, we're going to look at that poll featuring a 10-point lead for Joe Biden. But first, let's examine these trend lines and how we got here.
So many polls that have been coming out since the State of the Union have shown trend lines. And as you know better than anybody, it doesn't show up immediately. I mean, right after the State of the Union, Republicans are like, aha, the State of the Union didn't make a difference. I've got to say, as far as defining moments go, that State of the Union was a defining moment because it blew up the lie that Republicans have been pushing and that Fox News pushes every day and that right-wing podcasters push every day, that Joe Biden's out of it, that Joe Biden's not cogent, that Joe Biden's not this and that. Let me tell you something. Joe Biden showed America, showed over 30 million people that he could give better than he even gets. He was on top of his game. He made the Republicans look foolish time and time again. And I guess the shock for me is that Republicans are always so stupid, first of all, to keep picking a loser as their nominee in Donald Trump. He just loses. But also, they always underestimate Joe Biden up until the point when they lose. And then they go, oh, my God, we underestimated him again.
They also underestimate the movement and of voters on issues like abortion access and other things that are motivating people. I think the other thing, though, that was an important marking point that was that same week or about in the week after is that it became clear that Trump was the nominee. And that is something that the Biden team has been saying and will convey to anyone who asks them. They knew in advance of that during the primary that it still wasn't clear to voters. Now it's clear Trump is the nominee. And to them, that's an opportunity for them to bring people home, to convey to people Haley's not on the ballot, and to use what they have as a financial advantage, but also an organizational advantage, over the next couple of months. So we'll see.
And they're going to do just that. And there's another factor that Jen doesn't mention there, and that's that the voting pool.
The Biden campaign feels like they've got a lot of money on their side. And they also say they've got more votes to pick up. More of their voters are out there right now suggesting we're unhappy because of the situation in Gaza or because of student loans or whatever the issue is. They think they have more ability to grow that base of support. They feel like Trump is kind of already at his ceiling. And they've said all along, guys, that they feel like those independent swing voters will land with Biden. The more they hear Trump all year long, I think to themselves, we can't go back to that.
No, we cannot. We cannot go back to that. And while we're thinking about what we can and we cannot go back to, why don't you hit that like button? It really helps the channel. Punch the subscribe button. We need to grow our subscribers, and ring-a-ling that ding-a-ling bell so you get all the notifications on our latest videos. Now, let's take a look at some of those polls. We're gonna get to that 10-point poll in just a second, but first, let's look at a national poll that saw a reversal over the last month.
A Marquette Law School poll of nationwide likely voters finds Biden at 52%, Trump at 48%, which is within the poll's margin of error. That's a reversal of the numbers the same poll found in February.
Yes, there you go. Up above 50 for Biden. A nice little reversal there. And we've got another poll that shows it a dead heat. Let's look at that one.
The latest survey from Economist and YouGov, Trump and Biden are in a dead heat at 43% each among registered voters.
A reversal and a dead heat. Now let's look at that 10-pointer.
In the swing state of Pennsylvania, the latest Franklin and Marshall College poll finds Joe Biden at 48%, Donald Trump at 38% among registered voters.
Among registered voters, a 10-point lead. And you know what else is 10 points ahead? You, if you watch that next video in the lower left-hand corner. So just click on that right now. Click it. Click it.